இப்போ நீங்கள் இவங்களை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சோனியா காந்தி who is not even a citizen of India but a chief person in Congress கத்துறது தத்துவம். ஓகே, நரேந்திர மோடி பார்லிமெண்ட்டில் வந்துட்டு பேசும்போது அவர் முக்கியமான பாயிண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும் சொல்லிட்டு நின்றுவார். ராகுல் காந்தி கத்துறது தத்துவம். நம்மளுடைய ஸ்டேட்டில் தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டேட்டில் பார்த்தீங்க we will have people like ஜெயலலிதா, எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமி ஆர் ஓ பன்னீர்செல்வம், இவங்கெல்லாம் ஓரளவுக்கு டீசெண்டாக பேசுவாங்க. ஸ்டாலின், விஜயகாந்த்லாம் கத்துக்கிறதுன்னு தருவாங்க. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அது பார்லிமெண்ட்.
விஜயகாந்த்
எம்பி ஐ எம் ஸ்பீக்கிங் அபவுட் சென்ட்ரல் பார்லிமெண்ட். ஐ எம் நாட் ஸ்பீக்கிங் அபவுட் நம்மளுடைய வெள்ளை மாளிகை பற்றி பேசுகிறேன். தமிழ்நாடு நான் டெல்லியில் நடக்குது. ஆனால் ஸ்வேரிங் செரிமனியில் வந்துட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்லிமெண்ட்டில் சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் சொல்கிற வச்சுருப்பாங்க. அந்த சீக்வன்ஸ் தான் நடக்குது. ஓகே, ரைட் ரைட். இன்டென்ஷன் நான் சொல்லவே இல்லை. இங்கே நீங்கள் கத்திக்கிட்டீங்க கீழே டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன் ஒழுங்காக இதாக டீசெண்டாக பண்ணுறீங்க. அதே சமயத்தில் நீங்கள் பிளான்ஸை சொல்லுவீங்க, நான் கொஸ்டின் கேட்பேன். லோக்சபாலேருந்து நான் கொஸ்டின் கேட்பேன். உங்களுடைய வேலை ராஜ்யசபாவில் என்ன வேலைன்னு சொல்லி கேட்டால் 2 பேரையும் அடைக்கிறது. எந்த நேரத்தில் வாய் மூடிட்டு கப்சிப்புன்னு நீங்கள் சொல்கிறீங்களோ நீங்கள் சொல்கிற விஷயத்த இவனுங்க மீறவே கூடாது. நான் வந்து லோக்னா என்ன, ஹிந்தியில் லோக் அப்படின்னா மக்கள், லோக்சபா அப்படின்னா மக்களுடைய பிரதிநிதி. ஆமாம், ராஜ்யா அப்படின்னா என்ன இருக்குன்னா கிங்டம். இவனுக்கு ராஜ்யசபா அப்படின்றது யாருன்னு கேட்டால் இவனுக்கே ஹெட் அப்படிங்கிறவங்க தான் இவன் யாரு இந்த. ஓகே, நீங்கள் வந்துட்டு 2க்கு நடுவில் இல்லாமல் தொங்கிக்கிட்டு இருக்கிற ஆப்போசிஷன் பார்ட்டி, அதாவது எதிர்கட்சி தலைவர்கள் எப்பவுமே தோற்று போன காண்டை வந்து அப்படியே ஃபுல்லாக காட்டுவாங்க. இது இந்தியன் பார்லிமெண்ட் சிஸ்டமில் இருக்கிற ஒரு நியதி. கிட்டத்தட்ட 110 வருஷமா ப்ரிவேட் ஆகிருக்கு. அதுவும் நடந்திருக்கு. ஜெயலலிதா இருக்கும்போது ஜெயலலிதாவை வந்துட்டு ஹராஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அப்புறம் ஹராஸ்னா சித்திரவதை பண்ணியிருக்கிறது, இது பண்ணுறது, மைக் எடுத்து அடிச்சிருக்காங்க, மண்டையெல்லாம் உடஞ்சிருக்கு. இடையில கூட ஸ்டாலினை தூக்கி வெளியே வீசி வெளியே வீசி அதெல்லாம் வந்து such a stupid response, such a stupid example of how a big presidency should not be. MS ஸ்டேட்ல அப்படியே இருக்கு.
Yes sir, MS state is decent.
ஆனா இவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து இன்டென்ஸான வாக்குவாதங்கள் உங்களுக்கு கட்டாயம் வரும். அதை நீங்க ஃபேஸ் பண்ணணும். ஏன்னா ஹெச்ஓடி தோத்து போயிருக்காங்க, ஐஜேபி தோத்து போயிருக்காங்க. எப்பவுமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆப்போசிஷன் பார்ட்டியில் இருக்கிறவங்க எதிர்கட்சிக்காரனுக்கு என்ன வேலைன்னா ரூலிங் பார்ட்டி சொல்றதெல்லாம் அவன் நாட்டில் செஞ்சுட்டே இருப்பான். சோறு வாங்கி சாப்பிட்றது கூட ரூலிங் பார்ட்டி சொல்ற ரூல்ஸ் தான் சாப்பிடணும். ஆனால் பார்லிமெண்ட்ல ரூலிங் பார்ட்டி எதிர்த்து பேசிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. ஓகே, ரைட். ஓகே, ஸோ தேர் இஸ் a limit for the frog to jump.
Sir, will they also answer?
Sorry? ஆமாம், அப்போ நீங்கள் சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் அவங்க ஹோம் மினிஸ்டர் ஆன்சர் அப்படின்னா அவன் ஆனஸ்ட் பேசுகிறான். அவங்க ஃபினான்ஸ் மினிஸ்டர் ஆன்சர் அப்படின்னா நீ பேசிதான் ஆகும். அவங்க எக்ஸ்டர்னல் அஃபேர்ஸ்னா கிரண் பேசுகிறான். ஓகே, ரைட். ஸோ அதே மாதிரி இவங்க யாருக்கு வேணாலும் சூஸ் பண்ணிப்பாங்க. கரெக்டாக இதுக்கு நான் செட் பண்ணிக்கிற டைம் 20 நிமிஷம். இந்த 20 நிமிஷத்துக்கு அனாஸ் வந்து ஹோம் மினிஸ்டர், பிரபு ஆதித்யா ஹெல்த் மினிஸ்டர், கவின்ராஜ் ஃபினான்ஸ் மினிஸ்டர், அவர் எக்ஸ்டர்னல் அஃபேர்ஸ் மினிஸ்டர், இவர் டெப்யூட்டி சிஎம், அவர் சிஎம். ஓகே, ஆமாம், ஐஜேபியோட சேர்பர்சன் நீ, ஹெச்ஓடியோட சேர்பர்சன் நீ. ஸோ ஐஜேபியோட கொள்கை பரப்பு செயலாளர் கோபாசியா. இப்படியெல்லாம் நான் இன்னும் அஃபிஷியலாக சொல்லவே இல்லை. நாளைக்கு ஆதித்யான்னு சொல்லிட்டு காலேஜில் கனாரிமன் காலேஜில் இன்ஜினியரிங் முடிச்சு ஒரு பையன் புதுசாக ஜாயின் பண்ணுறான். ஸோ அவன் ஜாயின் பண்ணுற அன்னைக்கே வந்துட்டு கல்ச்சர்ஸ்லாம் இருக்காது. எம்பிஏ முடிச்சு சௌந்தர்யான ஒரு பொண்ணு, அந்த பொண்ணு 2 monthsல மேரேஜ் ஆக போகுது. அவங்களுக்கு பிசினஸ் மேரேஜுக்கு அப்புறம் பிசினஸை பார்த்துக்கணும். அதனால கம்யூனிகேஷன் டெவலப்மெண்ட்டுக்கு 2 months கோர்ஸுக்கு இருந்தாலும் ஒரு மேட்டரே இல்லை. நாளைக்கு அவ வரா, என்ன சொல்றனோ அதை செஞ்சுட்டு போயிட்டே
Sir, நீங்க ஆபீஸ்ல ஆனதுன்னு
சார் Thursday ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண முடியாது சார். Friday நல்ல நாள் சார். அப்ப வர சொல்லுங்க சார். நாளைக்கு நம்ம
ஆமா சார்.
எனக்கு Thursday தான் நல்லா இருக்கு.
சார் நாளைக்கு 5:07 நாள்.
எலெக்ஷன்ல தோத்துட்டீங்க. ஆக்டிவிட்டியா ஜெயிக்கிறதுக்கான வேலை பாருங்க. ஆக்டிவிட்டியில ஜெயிக்கிறதுக்கான வேலை பாருங்க. எலெக்ஷன்ல ஜெயிச்சிங்கிறது விக்டரி கிடையாது. நான் காலேஜ் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் கொடுத்து உங்களுக்கு அப்படிதான் சொன்னேன். எலெக்ஷன்ல ஜெயிக்கிறதால இங்க முக்கியம். ஆக்டிவிட்டியில ஜெயிக்கணும். ஆக்டிவிட்டியில மொத்தம் 3 டீம். அந்த 3 டீம் நல்ல காம்படிஷன். HOD, PDA and IJP. ஸோ நாங்கள் டிஸ்கஷன்ல பேனல் மெம்பர்ஸ் வந்துட்டு மித்ரா அண்ட் கல்பிதா எங்களோட பேனல் மெம்பர்ஸாக இருப்பாங்க. ஜஸ்ட் லைக் பிரபுவா தேக்கியன் போன பேனல் மெம்பர்ஸாக இருந்தாங்க. ஸோ அவங்க ரெண்டு முடிவு பண்ணுறாங்க, அதை விட்டுருவேன். அதனால கல்ச்சர்ஸை பற்றி பேசாம கொஞ்சம் எல்லாரும் அதை பற்றி மறந்துட்டு
சார் எல்லாரும் அன்வான்டட் திங்ஸ் லைக் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுங்க.
3, 2, 1, go. Welcome. I'm Manikandan Sundaresan, the Lok Sabha representative. First of all, my pranams to all the 3 parties which have given the dynamic kind of contention in this MS state election. MS state is a very pioneering kind of a state, and I'm very proud being in that state. So first of all, the opposition party wants to know, they are just asking, before the pre-parliamentary issue when we all were having breakfast, Mr. Vedavashan, Mr. Navina, the chief members of IJP, and Mr. Vitanitish and Mr. Krishna, the chief members of HOD, they were asking me, what are you going to do? What PDA is going to do for the state? They were very point blank, and they were having all the kind of sarcasm on the face, and more than even sarcasm, as a Lok Sabha president, with all due respect to the Raj Sabha chair people here, the elegant ladies and the first ladies of this particular state, my sincere respects to them. So with all the respects to them, we would like to first of all start the tagline presentation. IJP and HOD want to know what are we going to do for MS state as a ruling party.
Sir, so we have first of all my greetings to everyone present here, and during our campaigning we mentioned that we are going to be focusing on a 5-year plan right from 2021 to 2025. So our first plan or our first step is the water plan, which will be completed in 12 months.
IJP, HOD, whenever you want to speak, you can put your hand up. So as the Lok Sabha president, I will give you the chance to comment argue. So once he explains the plans very quickly, okay, Mr. Navalan from IJP will question you, sir. So you finish your statement first.
Yes, sir. So as I have mentioned in the stats, about 2 lakh people have died due to access to unsafe water, and thousands of people are suffering from stress due to unavailability of water in the rural areas especially. And so that's why they have brought in some new methods, and the Niti Aayog Commission has said that by 2030 all the water resources in our state will deplete due to excess demands. So we have to start taking preventive measures right now. That's what we are going to do.
Sir, you mentioned this in your campaign, sir, and it's a very wonderful plan, sir. I'm sure we all and the public seem to agree, sir. But what we have now question here is, you mentioned that you are going to change the plan. It will be completely, let's say, governed, sir, by the state government itself. And you also have to note that the production and selling of canned water has increased by a whopping 34% since the start of this pandemic, sir. Just because people are using the term literally, this is what's happening in the streets right now. The people are afraid, or the people do not believe in the government's supply of water, sir, and the people think it to be unclean, sir. How are you going to change that perception? And even if you do manage to change that perception, you still have to understand, if you governize water, the industries are going to take a hit, sir, and the water producing industries are going to take a hit, and most of them are Indian locally sourced. Yes, some of them may be foreign from other states, we can agree on that. And so what are you going to do that, sir? What are you going to do for the presidents of those companies? What are you going to talk about to those MNCs, sir?
So, as you said, like, you said you won't believe that you want pure water.
The people don't believe.
People, okay. The people don't believe that we are going to do pure water. But we have mentioned that we have really different type of filters, like Mr. Dakshin Siddharth mentioned the wheel type of filtering method. So,
Honorable Chief Minister.
Yeah, Mr.
Dakshin Siddharthan பேர் சொல்லக்கூடாது. Honorable Chief Minister.
Honorable Chief Minister said that we are going to make a lot filters for water mainly.
That's with all due respect to Mr. Deputy CM, that's what Mr. Nalvan is saying. It would be practically impossible with the given fact that these days the technology has changed and people might not be able to understand the vital thing and how you are going to make it practically possible. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why it's a question, but you are reassuring the same thing. Thank you.
Sir, we have already explained this during our campaigning, and we have also given a lot of advertisements in TVs about this, and we have also taken a public poll. About 65-70% of people seem to understand and seem to trust us, and we just have to increase the percentage to 100%, and I'm sure that we'll be able to do it in the span of 12 months.
Right,
Yes.
we will see.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, right. So the Rajya Sabha chairperson, Ms. Mitra, if you have got any questions towards the PDS governance, which is going to be launched officially from this afternoon by 12 p.m., or if you have any questions to IJP or HOD, you can ask.
Sir, not questions, sir, but I would like to say a line to the statement to this, sir. So we have heard your campaigning and everything, and your next 5-year plan is really, really good, and we believe in you that you will definitely execute this. And from today, tomorrow, we are going to be. So we believe in you, and we have to say the persons believe in you. Many of them have voted because of the belief that they had on you both. So we believe, and please make it true and change this state. We are in this together.
Kalpita, Kirtana and Vishnupriya, if you would like to add or question, just like Rizad did, it's your responsibility. Before we move on to the HOD chairman, Ritan Nitish has got a question. So before that.
So I want to add on what Mitra said. So you have gained the most valuable to the trust and hope of the people. So we also believe that you don't break the trust and hope. So I think and I hope you will all be successful, and I am congratulating for your action.
Thank you.
Ms. Kirtana.
So first I like to congratulate you, sir, to giving this beautiful plan of 5 years, sir. So it's our first election that we just had for 5 years plan, sir. As our co-mate said that you've done a very good job. Keep going it.
Thank you.
I hope that this all plan is going up. Come with very good. I think you will do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You want to add or later?
So you should never try to cheat anyone, any people.
And we are happy to know that today is your 67th birthday. Yeah,
Happy birthday, Ram.
Sir, after 75 only senior citizen, sir.
Yeah, 67, but she's still going strong. And 67, 5 years back, but as per the record, still the record says.
Oh, okay. So, as I was saying, you should never try to cheat anyone. Instead, you have to build hope more than what you have done. We will.
Right, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rajya Sabha chair people. Yes, Mr. Ritan Nitish.
So sir,
Who's directed towards? Home Minister, Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, Finance Minister?
What did he say?
Deputy CM.
Yes.
So sir, mostly no one don't know this, sir. So I saw this in Pollachi state, not in Pollachi, in
Pollachi is in Tamil Nadu, sir.
This is in MS.
Pollachi Patnam.
Hey.
In
In Pollachi Patnam, sir. I was going on a trip, sir. So on that time I lightly get information that there have been drugs using, sir. So how are you able to stop those, sir? So actually you campaigned that you told that you will be building new stuff, sir, but you have to stop these things, illegal things, sir.
Exactly.
How are you able to?
And mostly the drug supplier comes up with the costume of having a ash colored cap on his head and a pink colored cap.
Duo. We also had sir, a duo. Ash color cap and blue color denim cap.
Correct, exactly.
1,750 kgs combined.
Excuse me, before I answer my question, were you mentioning that it was from MS State or your Pollachi?
Attitude was there. Attitude was there.
Okay.
Can I, sir, can I?
I thought, sir.
Can I?
நான் வந்து attitude ஆ, CM ஆ, attitude ஆ, யாரு நமக்கு தெரியும்? நம்ம கிரவுண்ட்லயே இருக்கும்.
Yes, sir.
ஏன்னா, இன்னைக்கு எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமி சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் கிரவுண்ட்லயே இருக்கு அழகா
Oh, I see.
attitude ஆ இல்லாம அழகா குழந்தையா பேசு. பவர்ஃபுல்லா இங்கிருந்து காமிங்க. கெத்து காமிங்க.
Sir, the way he did it, sir. His mask came down to here, sir. And he was, so how can you tell it's from MS and not your Pollachi Patna?
நீங்க ஆக்ட் எடுக்கணும் நான் பாத்தீங்க.
It's not like that, sir, because you are the deputy stream of this place, sir.
No, he was trying to ask what kind of assurance you have MS State might be. Exactly. What is the proof that you have been seeing? Because you are basically finding a complaint. You're finding a fault and you are complaining about it. So,
You are very
So did you see it through your eyes or?
It's not like see through my eyes, sir. I got information, a pure information, sir.
Okay, sir.
One of my real good friend told me that, and his name is.
Is your friend a drug dealer?
Accusing a politician's friend to be drug dealer. What is this cheap?
It's really bad.
you will get this brand kind of pulls from the opposition party, so you have to tackle it.
So my best friend, one of my friends.
One of the customers. Sorry, I just joking.
Why did
So he told that, but if it is not true, in this 5 years, it may happen. No one knows. If it is happening, what you will do to solve it?
Sir. I asked him, sir, do you want to say
எல்லாரும் சிரிப்பீங்கன்ற என்ன பண்ணுங்க. Okay, go ahead, answer this question.
How are you able to find it? Not illegal, not legal.
Yes, Dakshin Siddharth, you will answer.
Sir, we don't have indigenous drug sellers in our state as of now, but we have a neighboring country. Yeah, sir. Yes, sir, let me finish. We have a neighboring country in this torrent, as you all know, and the part of torrent that is bordering MS state, that part of torrent has got a lot of drug dealers who might sneak into our state and start doing this business. I understand. That's a big, if they do, then there's a big traffic, there's a big network of drug dealers. So if we catch hold of the main nucleus head, then we'll be able to crack down and
So what do we do for not coming the drugs into our state?
So we'll take some. Yeah, sure.
Home Minister wants to answer. Yes. Yeah, one second.
We will check the vehicles on MS state border which are entering. If any got them, we will arrest them and we will seize the vehicle.
Right, okay, fine. That's done. Kiran, as an external affairs, good job. Nice. As an external affairs minister, you said you would like to ask a question to your own party colleague. Prabhu Aditya, who is the health minister. Go for it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So, health minister, I would like to give you a scenario kind of question. So, since your job is to promote and protect public health and basically all health, so say a higher official of yours is corrupted and they give you the direction to not help anyone, and someone is in need of help, will you help them or will you follow your higher official?
So you are correct.
Scenario, sir, do you mean know the meaning of scenario? Just an example.
It was a hypothetical scenario she mentioned. So you better
Hypothetical question, sir.
Yes. You better wake up in the parliament instead of eating chips and sleeping. So, yeah.
So ma'am, first of all, I assure that nothing will happen like that. No. In our state, corruption is a wrong word.
கஷ்டப்பட்டு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாடுறது வந்து அவரோட சொல்லுது இது அவரோட ஆன்லைன் அட்டன் பண்ணி இப்போ நீ வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ளோ
நல்லா ஆன்சர் பண்ணலாம்.
Okay, go, finish. We only have 6 minutes in this. Come on.
And if it happens, I will never follow him and directly say to the honorable chief minister and just snatch him out of our town.
Yeah, please, finish.
Okay. So if you completely defy your high officials, you will lose your job. And even though saving a life is important, you can't really do that if you're fired. So how will you?
Is this a scenario also?
It's his legitimate scenario. Don't be a stupid rash. Because if she's asking if he is not having a power as a health minister, then why should he be in that particular seat? If he is going and reprimanding and reporting everything to the chief minister, is it not like a teacher going and reporting everything to the headmaster? That's what she is asking. அதுக்கு வந்து நீ ஆன்சர் பண்ண முடிஞ்ச சொல்லு, இல்லாட்டி செனாரியோவான்னு கேள்வி கேட்குறேன். Don't cross question. Do you have an answer for that? Do you have an answer for that?
Yes.
Go.
Ma'am, in the health department, sir is the supreme head. He doesn't report to anyone but to me, and I make sure that I don't interfere in his work unless any mishap occurs.
Yes, happen.
Any mishap occurs in his functioning. So until then, I will make sure to give him complete freedom
Yes,
to do.
we are expecting that the centralization of functionality.
Yes, sir.
That just like in the
It is not
government,
labor.
just like in the government offices in somewhere in a state called as Tamil Nadu, we go and we ask for something. அதை எங்க head கிட்ட கேட்டு தான் நாங்க சொல்ல முடியும். We go to the head.
That did not happen.
Yeah, and we go to the head, and there is one particular school called as Shanti Matriculation School.
Oh yes, sir. I heard, sir.
Yes, we go and ask the teacher when will the book come. அது எங்களுடைய chief madam கிட்ட கேட்டா தெரியும். We go to the chief madam and ask when will the book come. The chief madam say அது எங்க principal கிட்ட கேட்டா தெரியும். Go to the principal, அது Shanti madam கிட்ட கேட்டா தெரியும். I go to Shanti madam that is called as negative centralization. So I don't want that negative.
That will never happen.
So it's just being transferred to every members.
And it is written in the constitution of our state, sir. We cannot interfere in
So
some.
all this is there's a very good ministry and security ministry.
It is a display to have a food minister when you are here in this parliament. And unfortunately, you have lost in the election. So we cannot have a food
Sir,
minister.
it's probably playing the role of finance minister, sir.
Health minister.
The coming on the.
Finance minister is coming to us. You want to have a question?
Sir, after the.
Sir, who is the education minister, sir?
இல்லடா அவன் இதுல இல்ல ஆளே பார்த்தா
Education comes under me.
One, two,
Okay,
three,
you can ask.
four.
இல்ல வேண்டாம் டைம் இல்ல ஓகே now PDI Nitin of IJP has a
Oh!
How will you stop using plastic?
how will you stop if you want to break it?
People only buying.
What is this?
What is this?
So, do you mean to say, Mr. Anas, if IJP has got a better idea on that, shall we give the ruling throne to them?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You have an idea?
Yeah, we will just do it.
You have an idea?
No,
Then
good
say
idea.
yes.
Bad idea.
They are supposed to.
No, Lok Sabha
Yes.
wants to know if you are saying that Mr. Anas is saying something wrong.
Just
If you got a better idea, say that idea in the
Yeah,
parliament.
just say him to say the idea first. He's not
This is
saying the idea.
plagiarism.
He has confessed that he does not have an idea. So if you have an idea, you should.
So how
Sir,
can
I will email.
we
I will email. We will email.
email.
This is parliament. This is parliament. No, I'm asking you IJP. You are
If the
head.
ruling party does not have any idea, how they can rule without any kind of preparation?
Sir, we already have.
With the kind of, okay,
Sir,
I'm the
I
Lok
agree.
Sabha representative more than even the Rajya Sabha.
No,
sometimes.
wait. Only the voting matters, and as per the votes, they have one.
See,
They
No
have-
more changes, no more changes.
Okay, ma'am, we don't want
Ma'am,
3%.
plastic decomposition has always been a very profuse problem that the state is facing. So if they have an
They
idea,
will try this question.
Mr. Dakshin Siddharth as a CM, the Honorable CM, Mr. Dakshin Siddharth is very favorable. If the opposition party has got a kind of idea, he can even borrow that.
Yes.
You accept?
Sir,
If the opposition party has got a better idea than
Yes, sir.
your party, you can even borrow.
Shall we-
For him, the state's prosperity is important.
Yes, for us that's important. You want the idea? We will give our idea.
Yeah.
We will tell the public our idea.
Give the idea.
You want the idea? I will give the idea. Once again, sir. See, I have it 2 years.
Rajya Sabha members, with all your permission.
No, we don't have much time. We have only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say when the Rajya Sabha members are not asking.
Rajya Sabha is not giving. Otherwise, I will give you.
sir, asking.
You know me, no, sir. I will give you, sir.
Shall
When
we-
you want, sir, the give you, sir.
You don't
Shall
have any
people
idea.
of Rajya Sabha's words are fine? Sit down, sit down, sit
Ma'am,
down.
they don't have any idea how they can rule.
Vote only matters, sir. So now,
What, sir,
whatever
what?
idea you say, or if they share the idea, the post does not.
Doesn't matter, ma'am. We want
You
us
say
to
it was
people.
conference. The
You are
ruling party
going
doesn't
to
know how to
remind
control plastic.
the opposition party.
Ma'am,
for the
I am
next 5
saying
years
this on
and
the
that's
public
all.
interest because this particular party has not lost in a very, very big gap of votes. Only 1,000 votes difference. So why don't we hear their
Let's
idea
do, sir,
and we can
but
approve?
we don't- for this
We only have 30 seconds.
We have only 30
sir.
seconds more.
No, I have still 3 minutes.
We need 2 years to execute. You will give
Sir,
2
what
years.
kind of proposal?
Ideas can be shared.
Sir, you are taking 5 years now.
Why
Sir,
does
for
not
us.
do?
Okay, fine.
We are ruling.
We will
So
see.
you're taking, you're taking 5 years to do.
Yeah, we are taking. That's the point, bro.
You took water plan, everything you took, right? Education plan, everything. Why didn't you take out? You can't prevent using of plastics. You don't
That's
have
a
any idea
supplementary
for that.
plan, sir. We'll execute
Do you have
that.
any idea for preventing?
Yes, sir, we do.
Joke is the place to joke and see. Is joking bad?
We don't want anger.
3 minutes.
Last 3 minutes left in this entire parliament discussion, and then the
Sir,
public.
3 to 1.
Yeah, it's already on. Last 3 minutes. Last 3 minutes. 3, 2, 1.
The idea.
Sir, and once we get into power, within 72 hours, we'll ban the use of single-use plastics.
It's already done in the previous government.
No, wait.
Wait. More than hitting the sleeping dogs, we have another question. Kiran, IJP is ready to receive your question.
Yeah, I'm coming.
So, IJP party, I have a question for you. Do you think our party is deserving to get this position?
She
Why
is
not?
the External Affairs Minister of India.
Sir, ma'am. Sorry for making a mistake. Ma'am, what frankly I have to say is what we think does not matter here, ma'am. That is just two people's opinion, and that is just the opinion of an opposing party which naturally has a conflict of interest. What we want is what's better for the people, ma'am. And right now when the Home Minister said that he doesn't have a plan, we are worried. We are not angry.
Home Minister did not say he does not have a
He
plan.
said.
He said
Lies in the people's hands.
the people have to be responsible for taking it into control.
Yeah, and we
But
will
that ironically doesn't mean that he does not have a plan. Maybe in the initial stages they don't have the time to plan for that. But if you give them some quantified time, they can come up with.
That's what we are telling, sir. That's what we are telling. We are happy to share this little resources. What
But
we
you
have
said,
provided them.
but you said to the Lok Sabha secretary that you will email to him.
Sir, yes, sir. I will email you, sir. Our Raji, we are planning, sir.
Everything has to happen transparently. Why do
Isn't this
you have 4
That
Raji?
means this is a joke, sir.
Yeah, then this
So
is
you are
joke.
calling our party a joke, ma'am? That's
No,
what.
no, no,
Ma'am, they are calling
No,
us a joke.
because the old man who is sitting next to you, he was calling is it a joke?
Oh,
No, I didn't want it to joke.
No, then you ask a question. Then
the
you
only
say,
joke here is
Yes.
just the people's
Yes.
trust.
Say just 5 years plan, they don't have enough plan to ban plastic and control the use
Sir,
of
we
plastic.
have.
In 70 hours, he will ban single-use plastic. Why didn't you mention during any of your campaigns? Why didn't you mention that when
That's
we
a
said
valid
it was
question you
started?
didn't answer. That's a valid
Sir,
question.
5-year plan, we are only mentioning the major problems that we are facing right now, and we don't have 10 years to execute everything right now. So we'll do.
But plastic is a basic problem that we are facing.
Plastic is the most important.
You need not wait for the 5 years. It has to be done on the
Yes,
very
that's
next
what I
day.
said, within 7
After you have come to the office,
73 years.
it has to be done on the very next day itself.
But
Yes, sir,
before
that's what-
plastic, the water that we consume is more important, so they have took that step first.
But that question was a very nice question. Where was Mitra? I really appreciate because I see you sounding with him, very with him. That was very nice question. Giving honors for you.
Thank you, sir. Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Good talk, you know.
Okay, right. So we have 1 more minute left.
Sir, 7 sir.
1 more minute extension. நீங்க எதுக்கு plan பண்ணி எனக்கு தெரியும். சீக்கிரம் முடிச்சு கன்சிஸ்டன்ட்
I don't trust it, sir. That's a cultural thing.
One. Sir, 1 minute.
1 minute, 1 last.
2, 1.
One last question, and this I'm saying from the Lok Sabha's perspective. Your quick words about how MS State is going to be, because you are assuming the responsibility in the office from tomorrow at 10 o'clock, actually speaking from 12:30 p.m. How do you think MS State will be in your ruling party hands in the next 2 months, January and February? Yes.
Sir, by
Stop the
February,
timer stop the timer. Yeah.
so by February we'll implement the use of all our innovative measures. We'll install about 3,000 water steers. We'll install about 3,500 low-cost filters, and by March we'll install about 5,000 low-cost filters.
And Mr. Singh, in order to add things to, youngsters were really looking forward to IJP to come to the throne because it was a party exclusively meant for youngsters. And knowingly or unknowingly, you people have got votes more than them. So youngsters are not really satisfied with PVA coming to the ruling party. And youngster segment is 43% of MS State. So how are you going to bring smiles on the youngsters' face?
Sir, I just want them to wait and witness the change through their eyes, sir. And I'm sure it will happen very soon. Within 2 months of our execution of plans, I think that they'll have a change of opinion.
Fortunately, we have got a very big leadership example of a state called as Tamil Nadu, which has been really facing and which has won the conquest of COVID-19, and now the cases have been reduced. So we are all taking Tamil Nadu as an
It's too far away, sir.
right. It's
Like
been far.
4,900 miles.
Right. So it's basically Tamil Nadu as a presidential example for our MS state. So what assurance we are going to give that something of like a pandemic of COVID and our disease like COVID-19 will not happen in MS state. What is the assurance you are giving?
Sir, right now we need cooperation because we are in together. That's the slogan of our party. So we have to do it together. We need the support and the cooperation of people, and we need the trust of the people, so that people have to believe that whatever we are going to do is going to work out, because we are going to do things which no other party has done, which none of our predecessors have done, because everything is going to be new. That's why we are calling it a change, a transition. And
But why didn't we involve them in the 5-year plan when we are campaigning?
sir, it did involve, sir, all the innovation.
Oh, right. One last question before we adjourn from the parliament from the Rajya Sabha chairperson, Mitra.
Sir, I have a question towards the finance minister.
Sure.
So, please take your seat. Oh.